Hi everyone. I missed Wednesday's posting because we were on vacation for 2 weeks. So I had a few videos scheduled for when I was gone, but I gotta tell you, editing 3 videos after making 3 videos was a lot of work. So I stopped after that. Meanwhile, I've been gone for 2 weeks and I've had a wonderful, wonderful, relaxing vacation, celebrating all the good things in life with my dear friend of many, many, many years. I won't say how many because I don't want anybody to know how old we really are. But if you know how old I am, just subtract a year or two and you'll know how old she is. We had a wonderful time in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It's a beautiful part of Mexico. I highly recommend it for anybody who has never been. The whale watching season is from January until March, and babies are born and mating happens, and it's just a beyond beautiful experience to go out on a boat and see these wonderful creatures of the ocean playing and frolicking, watching the mother humpback whale lift her little baby, teaching them how to swim and take in this air and do their little spouts. It's just beautiful. So we had a wonderful time. We walked along the Malecon. We had great food. We met up with old friends, new friends, made more friends, hung out by the pool, swam, ate some food that was delicious. It's definitely a foodie place. If anybody likes to have really good food, it's the place to be. So we just totally relaxed. I read 2 books, started another 2 books, met some super nice people, had lovely walks around the marina and the Malecon, and then we had to come home because all fun things do have to come to an end. However, that being said, we also took care of our bodies while we were there. We worked out 4 times, the physicist and I, with a wonderful trainer who taught us some new moves that we could take home with us. And surprise, neither one of us gained weight. Woohoo! And I actually lost a pound. I think the physicist lost 3 pounds. So we ate what we wanted. We drank. We had fun. We were not on a specific plan, but all the walking and the exercising and taking in the fresh air, even just wandering around in the pool and floating to the edge of the pool to watch the crocodiles on the golf course, did something healthy for us. And it's always healthy to relax and to recuperate and to rejuvenate in a beautiful place. And we're very, very fortunate that we have wonderful friends to stay with when we go there. But even if you don't, there's some beautiful resorts in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, that I highly recommend. There's wonderful excursions. So check it out. I will put some links to it in the description below. And I'm going to warn you right now, this is going to be mostly an unedited video because it's just a quick catch up to let you know where we're at and what we're doing. So we arrived home on Tuesday. Wednesday was stay at home with Tonks and keep her company day while we did laundry and unpacked because we did not get home till quite late at night and we were tired. So we rolled into bed, cuddled with the kitty, cuddled all day with the kitty on Wednesday. I did do a quick mail run. There was a lot of mail, but we got some good news mail. We got some not some happy news mail, but that's the way life crumbles sometimes. Nothing bad for us, but sometimes people can be really snarky and mean. And, you gotta roll with what you gotta roll. At any rate, I'm not going to edit that out because it's the truth and it's how I feel. We also have some things to chase down for the household, and we need to get back into our routines here. And part of the routines here include getting ready for our primary election in Texas, which I was courageous, fearless, and bold and decided I was going to be an election worker on the actual day of the election after a call out for help was sent while we were flying home on Tuesday. So on March the 3rd, I will be taking voters' IDs and checking them in and helping them go through the process of voting. Next week, I will be getting a training for 2.5 hours, and I'm excited about that. Meanwhile, before we even hit the road, I decided to sign up for a Romance Insta-Love University that I can take myself all the way through the end of this year at my own pace. There are video courses. They're going to hook me up with instructors that I've had before, including the wonderful Naima Simone, who I absolutely adore. She's a wonderful writer, wonderful author. and an amazing teacher. So I can't wait to take her course. And if you've never read any of her books, I'll put a link to her books, her Amazon page in the description as well, so that you can see what she's all about. One way to learn how to become a better writer is to read a lot of really good books. And in my industry, I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of really amazing writers to read. I do read outside my genre. So right now I'm reading a women's fiction fun, kind of set in Ireland book called Sushi for Beginners. It's kind of fun. I finished up the Kay Hooper book while I was in Puerto Vallarta. And I was also super brave about telling people that I am a published author myself, handing out my business card on the airplane, anywhere I could be, at the pool. Oh, here's my card. Scan my little teeny tiny QR code. I even left a few books from me and my fellow authors in the condominium's commons room so that other people could maybe discover us. And so that was fun to do as well. And I found out about a new bookstore that does exchanges and stuff in Puerto Vallarta. So maybe I'll just have to go back to drop off some books and see all my friends again. Any rate, we're back in our routines. We had to do a lot of catching up, buying all the food, going to the grocery store. That was day 2. That was yesterday. And then getting back into our workout routine here in wonderful Texas. So hit the ground running and took turns abandoning our very, very needy kitty who is following us everywhere and dropping her little fake mouse wherever she thinks I will find it. But that's just part of returning back to normal. And I just filled out my sample ballot to go vote myself. I will be early voting, more than likely on Monday, because that's the first chance I have to really do it. But it was fun to catch up with my friends back in Puerto Vallarta, and now it's good to get back into a routine at home. I also found out that my editor is sending me back my pages, my book for Protecting Brianna, and I will be beginning revisions for that more than likely probably after the training next week, Wednesday. I always like to give myself a little chance to digest the suggestions, as I like to call it. And anybody who's ever written a book or hasn't written a book, I can tell you right now, the first draft is not your best draft. So this book will go through a few revisions, but overall, I'm very pleased with the 6th book in the Select Protector series, and I'm excited to get it ready and get it out into the world. I have a sale coming up as well, so I have to prepare for that. So I have a lot of new things to keep me busy and to keep me out of trouble, as long as other people don't try to get me into trouble, I guess. But I only really want to get into good trouble and fun trouble. So I do have some other personal things to chase down to help out other members of my family, to make sure things are running smoothly in that regard. But overall, we are doing great. We had a wonderful vacation. We had safe flights to and from the airports, going and coming back. We had wonderful experiences on our airlines. We got a little lost in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, but that's just because we didn't know how their customs stuff worked. Good thing we have known travelers numbers, so we zipped through it more quickly than other people, but it was still a learning curve. But that's part of being courageous, fearless, and bold. And also as part of being courageous, fearless, and bold, I am tackling some other new ideas and tickling around some other ideas for travel, and that will be coming up in the near future. So this is just a, hey, sorry I wasn't there on Wednesday, but life got very, very hectic post-vacation. You know, travel takes a lot out of you, and it takes a while to get back into a rhythm, but we are slowly regrouping, and I can't wait to bring you more life makeover book changes that I'll be working on with my dear friend in the Netherlands. I've already interfaced with her about what we just covered for the last 2 weeks, which was our top priorities and looking for moments of grace. And yes, there were many moments of grace. I can honestly tell you that seeing the magnificence of these beautiful creatures in the ocean, swimming and frolicking and raising their young, and the protector dad whales, that was a huge moment of grace. Meeting new people, moments of grace. Having somebody help you find something, moments of grace. Talking to new people wherever we went, finding out their stories, moments of grace. Look for the beauty in life and try to avoid the ugly as much as you can, because it does exist, and some people like go out of their way to make ugliness happen. And I am not that girl. I am not that kind of human being. My whole philosophy is to make things better and to make the world a better place. And quite frankly, I can't change everything. I can't change how people behave. I can't change how they're going to treat me. If they're going to treat me like yucky, then I can just avoid them and do whatever I need to do to surround myself with positive and good people. And I really do cling to another quote that I have hanging on my wall and that I have been really actively pursuing in my life in the last year or two since I've received this quote from another person. The secret to change is to focus all your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. It might be slightly not perfection on a stick as far as the quote, but that's the quote I got. And I like that idea of building the new. So if there are people in your world who aren't treating you right, who don't accept you, or who don't want you, or who go out of their way to make you feel unwelcome or to make you feel to try to hurt you, then you can just walk away from that. You can walk away from it mentally, and you can refocus your energy into creating better relationships with the people who love you for who you are, who meet you where you are, who speak their truths to you in a kind and loving and good way, who aren't looking for drama, who, like, I have found a card that said no drama llama, and it's true. I just want to be a no drama llama going forward in this year. And right now there's a lot of exciting new things happening. I am excited to be part of the electoral process. As you know, I'm passionate about voting. I'm passionate about registering voters, and I'm passionate about our democracy. So I feel that by doing these positive things, I can make a positive change and build the new. And that's what I'm hoping for. So between building the new in my community, making new friends, building the new in my new stories, revising the story that I have and making it stronger, taking more courses and enhancing what I know as an author, and learning, because you should never stop learning. Once I stop learning, then I'm done. I may as well not even be here, right? So, and avoid the negative, look for the positive, find your people, surround yourself with people who love you and accept you for who you are. And when somebody comes around that, ain't that so nice? Well, then you just kind of quietly, delete them without deleting the parts that you think are still good that surrounds them. So that's where we're at right now. This is a very quick update. I'm not even really going to edit it much other than to put a title on it, because I wanted to just let you know why I wasn't here on Wednesday. And I'll be back following Wednesday with some new stuff and a little bit more organized conversation. I'll be working on that over the weekend, and I hope that it will be able to bring some meaning to you. And yay, we went on a vacation, ate what we wanted, drank what we wanted, had fun when we wanted, and we didn't gain any weight because we took care of ourselves too. So this is just me saying hi to everyone. Thank you for following me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you are following me, that's great. If you like what I've done in the past where it's a little bit more organized, I really would appreciate it if you shared it. I'm not trying to become the next big influencer. I'm just sharing my life with you and hoping that in some way I can touch your lives with my honesty and my truths, and that as we go along on this journey together, we can continue to become more visible, even no matter what age we are. Okay. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace. And give me a thumbs up.